Have you ever run your hand along a brand new tire and felt those tiny rubber spikes poking out? They look like little whiskers, as if the tire forgot to shave before leaving the factory. Most of us notice them, wonder for a second, and then move on. But what exactly are they? Are they part of the design? Do they help with traction, or are they just harmless leftovers from manufacturing? Today, we are zooming in on those tiny nubs to uncover their real purpose, as small and insignificant as they seem. To understand these nubs, we have to look at how tires evolved. The first practical pneumatic tire was patented in 1888 by John Boyd Dunlop, originally for bicycles. His air-filled design dramatically improved comfort compared to solid rubber. By the early 20th century, companies like Goodyear and Michelin were refining construction, moving from simple tubes to reinforced designs using fabric and steel belts. Tire manufacturing became a highly precise process involving layers of rubber compounds and complex molds. As those molds became more intricate to accommodate tread patterns, managing trapped air became critical. That is where our tiny nubs entered the story. Modern tires are built in layers. First, manufacturers assemble the inner liner, followed by fabric cords and steel belts. Finally, thick rubber tread and sidewall compounds are applied. This uncured tire is placed into a mold where a bladder inflates with steam or hot air, pressing the rubber against the metal walls. Heat, usually around 150 degrees Celsius to 180 degrees Celsius, vulcanizes the rubber, a process discovered by Charles Goodyear in 1839, where sulfur cross-links molecules, turning raw rubber into a durable, elastic material. Here is the important part. As the tire expands, air trapped between the rubber and the mold needs a way to escape. If it cannot, you get air pockets that would weaken the structure and ruin the appearance. So, tire molds are designed with tiny vent holes. When the tire is pressed outward, small amounts of rubber squeeze into these microscopic vents. Once the tire is removed from the mold, those little bits of hardened rubber remain attached. These are officially called vent spews, or rubber whiskers. Do they have a purpose? Not once the tire is finished. They do not improve traction, they do not measure wear, and they do not enhance performance. They are simply excess rubber from the molding process. In fact, they wear off very quickly, often within the first few kilometers of driving because they are thin and fragile. Some assume their presence means a tire is brand new, but that is not a reliable indicator. Tires stored for a long time can still have visible nubs. The better way to check a tire's age is by looking at the dot code on the sidewall, which includes a 4-digit number indicating the manufacturing week and year. If you were hoping those spikes were high-tech, sorry, their job ended at the factory. Why don't manufacturers remove them? That is a fair question. There can be hundreds of vent spews on a single tire. Removing them would require additional labor or automated trimming, increasing production, time, and cost. Since they pose no safety risk and disappear naturally, it is more efficient to leave them. While high-end racing slicks sometimes get extra finishing for aesthetics, for standard road tires, it is unnecessary. Over the years, myths have popped up online. One claim suggests they improve grip during the first few drives. This is inaccurate. They are too small and soft to affect traction. Another myth says they reduce noise, but tire noise is governed by tread design and rubber compound, not sidewall whiskers. Some think cutting them off improves performance, but it makes no difference. They are simply a visible reminder of the precision behind every tire. So, what are those nubs? They are leftover rubber from air vents in the mold. They don't improve performance, but they do tell a story. They remind us that behind an ordinary car tire lies over a century of innovation, stretching back to Dunlop and Goodyear. They hint at the precision engineering required to shape rubber into something capable of carrying tons of weight at high speeds. Maybe that is the beauty of it. Sometimes the most ordinary details are quiet evidence of complex design. Next time you see them, you will know exactly what they are. Not a mystery, just a small, harmless trace of how modern engineering works behind the scenes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.